excited. Ready. I feel ready. Yeah, I feel ready. It's real people getting paid to do jobs. I'm not gonna cry. It doesn't last forever. I just got a tattoo down my spine. I got one of my favorite quotations translated into Sanskrit and then had that written vertically down my spine. I've never felt like a girl next door, or like I always wanted something to be different about me, and that's really cliche, but like I didn't want to have something different just to be different. I wanted it to be part of who I am and represent like a part of me. And I think having a tattoo is a good way of showcasing that. I want people to meet me and know who I am, and then maybe in a different setting where they might be able to see that part of me, that kind of like social, laid back, then be able to be like, oh, that's really fitting to her personality, not, oh, she has that tattoo and that's gonna dictate what I think about her personality. I don't want them to be like, the girl with the tattoo. Like, I wanna be Erin, and then later they find out, oh, she has a tattoo. Even though our generation still, I think the stigma isn't there as much, it still is there. And like connotations, that's not even just always negative. Like, I just don't want, I want to be more than the tattoo. I want to be more than that. So I think the only way to do that is to have me, like, get to know me first. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, I just don't want it to be the first thing. I want the tattoo to be a part of me, but I don't want it to be the identity. I don't want it to identify me.
My name is Sammy Biardi. I'm from Huntington Beach, California, and I'm 20 years old. My tattoo is in the center of my back. It's 3 turtles with circles on their shell, and it goes from small to big. The bigger one represents my mother, the middle one represents my brother, and the little one is me. So the reason why I have 3 turtles on my back representing me, my brother, and my mother is my brother was diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma cancer when he was around 12 or 13. And towards the end of his life, he got a medical marijuana license to help with his treatment. And it reminded my mother and I of the turtles from Finding Nemo, where he's like, hey dude, like stuff like that. So we used to joke with him that he was like the high turtle smoking around everywhere. Once he passed away, my mother and I decided to get tattoos together. I decided to get the 3 turtles representing me, my brother, and my mom, me following my brother, and my brother following my mom. Mom and I decided that, you know, obviously we had the same strength as him, so we wanted to go through that, I guess, physical pain to represent our emotional pain that we had all been through together. I don't think that the tattoo separated Sammy before from Sammy after. I think it represented a part of my journey of kind of growing beyond that and taking the physical pain, because it really did hurt, from my experiences and kind of translating that from the emotional pain that I used to have. So when I got my tattoo, my mother came with me and she got hers first. Hers was on her foot, the same sort of koi fish that my brother had on his back, except she got 2. One of a blue koi fish representing my brother's eyes, and one of the yellow koi fish representing just me and my brightness and my favorite color.
Yo, I'm Trey Rogers, 19, from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm working on a sleeve, and it's 3 different pieces of art that come together as one, and it tells a story of the 3 things that I find most important in my life. Tattoo is broken into 3 parts. I have on my shoulder Saint Michael, which is the archangel of protection and peace, and I have lower than that a cardinal wrapped in some dogwoods, kind of paying allegiance to North Carolina, where I'm from, where I've grown up. And then also on my forearm, I have a Native American princess where I'm kind of paying homage to Native American roots that I have back in my family. And I feel like the most important thing to me right now in my life is a religion, so that's where I went with St. Michael. And then with the Cardinal, I just felt like I owed, the state that I've grown up in. And so with the Native American princess, I just felt like I had to owe some tribute to my ancestors. Alright, so in my family, like no one else has tattoos. Like it's just not a big thing in my family, and so like my parents were pretty shocked when I decided to go out and get tattoos. And my mom like really hates it. I mean, she still loves me, like she knows I'm the same person that I was before I got tattoos, but she really can't stand it on my body. The reward for like sitting there, taking that pain, it's pretty outstanding, man. Like once the finished artwork is done, like you're pretty happy with what you got, and it's worth it. It's expensive and it hurts, but it's worth it.
My name is Natalie McCarthy. I graduated high school in Virginia Beach, and I'm 19 years old. So the night I got my tattoo, I was visiting my friend in Northern Virginia. Earlier that afternoon at lunch, her boyfriend had drawn the feather, and he's like, we have to go in the next half an hour, otherwise we're not gonna have time to do it tonight. We got in the car right then, and we drove over to the tattoo parlor. I remember being completely shocked that I was actually doing this, because it's not, I normally don't. I follow my parents. Whenever they tell me to do something, I will do it, no question. It's like my parents have no idea where I am or what I'm doing right now. I was being like a hoodlum right now. My stomach kind of hurt. I was nervous. When I looked at my tattoo in the mirror, I knew that even though my parents wouldn't agree with my decision, maybe ever, that it was something that I needed to do. I felt more of myself. My tattoo doesn't define me. It doesn't make me a different person. I knew who I wanted to be and where I wanted to go. And once I got my tattoo, I felt more embodied to be able to be that person.
Working here is amazing. It's the best job I've ever had. I get to like hang out with really awesome people all day, every day. I love that moment when someone has just gotten a piercing and they stand up and they look in the mirror and they like get a huge smile on their face and they say, I love it. Like that's why I do this job. I meet a lot of people through the shop, and so a lot of people that I end up spending time with are people who are tattooed, and a lot of like decently heavily tattooed people. I think for some people the process of getting a tattoo, of actually like laying there and having the needles go in and out of your skin, is like a kind of spiritual experience, or some sort of like they get a sense of catharsis from it. For a lot of people, I think it's also just having the tattoo that is the important part. First tattoo was flames behind my ears. My tattoos are definitely like art. They're adornment. They're something that is a beautification of my skin. I have tattoos because I respect my body and because I love my skin, and not, because I'm trying to damage it in some way. Well, my mom and I went, she and I got matching tattoos when she got her first tattoo. We went together and got tattooed together at the same time. And then her other tattoos were done here. She came and hung out with me while I was at work and got tattooed by one of the artists here. So that was definitely a bonding thing, for sure.
I think for our generation, a lot of young people see it more as an art form than just like something that like gang members do, or like dropouts do, or just like low lives. Like that's kind of a stereotypical belief I think a lot of people hold, and so I kind of feel good that I'm helping to break that stereotype. Like I'm not of those things, but I still wanted to do this.
It has to do more with our generation understanding what it means, and the fact that it's not a social construction from generational differences.
There's definitely a history of tattooing. I think that more and more that's changing. Because I'm here all the time and pretty much everybody that I associate with socially is tattooed. Like, I kind of forget that there are people who don't like tattoos.
Depending on your purpose behind the tattoo, you should wear it where people can see it and you can talk about it. If it was a defining point in your life and you think your story can help others, then wear it on your shoulder or wear it on your forearm. But if it's something that means something deep to you that, like, I don't think a lot of people can relate to if it's part of a bird, it's helpful, but it can be on its own as a quill kind of thing. But if it's something bigger than that, something that can cross boundaries and things like that, I think it's important to wear the tattoo kind of as a banner of who you are.